The sound seems okay with the normal mode. Let's now activate the ANC mode. Wow! Alright guys, this right here is the fake Apple AirPods Pro Dubai edition, and this thing is blowing up the marketplaces. Not only it looks exactly like the original Apple AirPods Pro, it has a true active noise cancellation mode at such a low price. In fact, this is the cheapest TWS that actually has an ANC mode. So if you want to buy a very good TWS in a budget segment, let's find out if this is the one or not. So let's get started with what we have inside the box. Designed by Apple in California. Nice touch. So many documentations, but you will only need this one. Then you got the device itself, a Type-C to Lightning port for charging, and of course a few extra air tips. First things first. This looks amazing. If you put it side by side with the original one, it'll be hard to tell a difference. The box has a good amount of weight and it doesn't feel cheap at all. This thing is solid and it'll never make you feel like you have compromised on quality or something like that. The pods themselves are extremely lightweight, so you can just put them on and forget about it. The size is so compact that I never had any issue using it for a longer period of time. Everything seems to fit so nicely and it hasn't fallen off my ear yet, so no complaints about build quality. Now to connect it, simply open the case and pull the ports out of the box. Now pair them under the Bluetooth settings of your Android device. If you have any iOS device, you'll get the AirPod pop like the original AirPods. It'll ask you to press and hold the back button on the case to connect it. Once connected, you'll also get to know the battery percentage of the 3 individual devices. But in Android, only one charging percentage. One of the coolest features of these fake AirPods is that it has in-air detection like the original one. Meaning, if you pull any of the AirPods out of the air, it'll pause the play. And if you put it back in, it'll play again. It's amazing how they could recreate so many features at such a low price. Other than this, you have regular touch control where you can tap once to play or pause, double tap to skip forward, triple tap to skip backward. And to trigger between ANC and transparency mode, just press and hold any of the keys. You can customize these options if you have an iPhone. And as the device does have a microphone, whenever you say "Hey Google" or "Hey Siri," you can talk to your voice assistant. Let's now talk about the most important part, the sound and of course the ANC mode. My first impression when I played some music for the first time was, man, this is loud. But when it comes to the actual sound quality, I think it's okay. It's not below par, it's not above either. There is a good amount of bass, but the clarity is certainly not the best. It plays quite well up to 80% of volume, but if you raise anything about 80%, the sound will struggle. And what actually surprised me the most is the ANC mode. When I bought it the first time, I had actually no hope that there would actually be an active noise cancellation mode in a fake Apple AirPods. But to my surprise, this one has it. And it's just fantastic to at least have this option in such a low price. And let's now talk about the microphone quality. Over the period of time, I found out it catches all my "Hey Google" calls, but when it comes to actual phone call, this thing struggles. The sound is tiny and I had complaints from the other end while talking with this device. Let's now talk about the battery and charging. According to the box, the charging case has a capacity of over 500 mAh, and the best part is it only takes 50 minutes to get fully charged. I got 3 hours of battery backup on a single charge with the ANC mode on, and without the ANC it goes up to 4.5 hours. The battery backup is decent, so is the charging speed, but my only complaint is the lightning port, which I'll get to in a moment. So with all these great features and the good looks of the original Apple AirPods, is there any drawback? Well, yes, of course. First off, the touch sensitive area in these AirPods is placed so badly that every time you try to adjust it, it will end up triggering something. Also, it does the same thing when you try to sleep with this thing. Really annoying. And sometimes it misreads touches too, which meant I accidentally triggered Google Assistant a few times. And the microphone is simply not good enough. Yes, it can read nicely enough to read my voice for Google Assistant and other stuff, but it just doesn't perform well enough during calls. And the USB-C to Lightning cable can be a huge bummer for a lot of people. People who generally buy this stuff are generally Android users, and they would probably not have a USB-C charger at home. That is one compatibility issue. So if they buy one, they will have to separately buy a charger. Plus, the Lightning charging point means Android users will have to carry 2 separate cables if they want to purchase one of this. Well, this may sound so disappointing for the Android users, but these drawbacks become advantages for the iPhone users. Because no matter what the charging adapter they have, they will already have a Lightning cable that can be used to charge it. Plus, the iPhone users will be able to take full advantage of it by being able to see individual charging state or to be able to control various settings straight from their phone. So if you have a budget of $15 US, this is the only TWS that will provide you with a true ANC mode. If you want to buy one, hit the link in the description. I'll try to provide you with some coupon codes if available. And if you want an amazing Apple Watch Series 8 at a very low price, that video will be here, and I'll see you there.